It is March 25th, 8:53 a.m. in room 1. This is appeal number 721. Property address is 493 Winnipesaukee Drive. Owner is Lucas Papa George. Town value 1884289. Ask amount 174 flat. Okay, so let's do it this way.
To make it, just a note on that, that's your assessed value. You're at 2.25 for your appraised value. I'm requesting 1.7 as your appraised value.
Okay. So this is wrong?
That's not the...
Middle of the field card.
So that's...
Oh, okay, it says it here. Let me see if I have...
This is why we couldn't do the informal hearing, because I believe this is the partially completed. It is partially completed right now.
Okay.
For that town value is a partially completed value.
You mean it's not fully built?
Fully built, yeah.
Then why did they give you a field card? Okay, give it to me. Okay, I need to do this one.
But this is 75% complete. This is what that number's for.
Okay.
And then we have the 100% complete. So we're here to argue 100% complete. And then they could put that in at 75 for this year and then next year. So
figure the rest. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to keep these from the next thing. Okay, no problem. Hang on. Let me do this part. My name is Katie Gustin. I am one of the 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeal for this reval year. We do these individual hearings. It takes about another week at least. And then we're going to meet together as a unit and deliberate, and then we will notify the town. They will notify you. That's important because if you don't agree, of course, the recourse, one of the first ones is to go to court. The clock starts running from the time you've been notified, so if you don't hear, make sure you call them. Okay, in the meantime, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the information you shall give concerning assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I hope you got. Okay, so now you're going to tell me, let's do this one first. You're going to tell me everything I need to know about this, and we're going to start with the fact that during the reval, this was still under construction, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Hi. Okay.
We're here to argue the 100%.
Okay.
Because that's what it's going to be for the next 7 years.
Yes. 5. I thought I have it in the packet. So 100% value is now 1.49. Okay. Go.
So basically, like what I submitted as a package here is our per square foot is way off.
Okay.
I understand we have
It's a quality builder.
I got a great builder, but it's a sizable home and it's, you know, it's in a good spot. But comparably,
Where are we comparing to? Okay,
in
these
that
others.
neighborhood,
Okay.
we came in at still when you take the out structures out and everything,
Mm-hmm.
we're at 505 per square foot.
Okay.
We go comparable sales in the area in the period. The sales are between 380 and 460. The average for the neighborhood, and these are on new construction for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
is 415 per square foot.
Okay.
Yeah, we're approximately 18% overvalued on that.
Okay. You said, what was the last number you just gave me? 415 was the average?
415 is the average. This is all in the packet.
Yeah. I just want to highlight it here. And you're at 505. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So these are all comparable. And then you go.
Oh yeah, where do they have your lands? Because that's what everyone's going off this time.
For my land, I think is
Okay, not bad. Okay. I mean, not bad, but other people are so lopsided on it, I think. You
So
know.
what I did have, which is So the two brand new constructions that just sold are 1925, that's 2 doors down, that sold right, in October of 2025.
Okay.
And then 297 Romanok, also new construction, sold for 1827. Yeah, that's 400 square foot and 388 square foot.
Mm-hmm.
And like we compared the 561 Lennon Pond was a bigger house, you know, about the same size lot, but so with that structure only per square foot we're at 303 and they're averaging 75 to 125.
Okay.
So we're 33 to 70% higher than that.
Okay.
You know, fair market would be 230 at the average.
So this is different from, this Exhibit B, when you're talking about these, is different from the others, how?
These are assessment adjustments on the first one.
Okay.
So that's compared to other assessments.
Okay, okay.
Current assessments.
Okay.
This is structural only value. This is for the entire scale.
Got it. This is just house only. Okay. Okay.
So that's the structure and land. This is just house.
Dwelling.
But we're at 303, not single household for over 230.
Okay.
80 cents or 70 cents a square foot. $70 a square foot more than every other house in the neighborhood. Again, these are all comparable houses.
Yeah. We'll say the highest one was 228. Okay.
Now for land, the actual number for land isn't awful, but I included this in the email. We have wetlands and we have lakefront.
Okay.
And when we built our new house, not a single person has had to do it in town of Fairfield. To this day,
For me.
we needed to create a riparian buffer zone, which takes up 2/3 of our lakefront.
Okay. Let me see if they're going to be like, well, we gave them on the this and that.
They're getting credit, not money.
No? Okay. Is this a completed? They're going to say, okay, no. Well, yeah, no. Okay, good. Not good, but at least they haven't acknowledged it. Okay, so now I got to make a little note. So what are we saying? There's wetlands or?
So we have wetlands, which are run along the lake, but in addition to the wetlands, they're taking away approximately 5,000 square foot of our lot. It is regulated as riparian buffer zone,
What is that?
which is like a wooden. What they basically did to us on this property was create a conservation easement without actually taking the property in an easement.
Okay. Meaning they won't let you do anything with it. How are they enforcing that?
So I need to plant it. I need to delineate it. And it needs all wetlands, plants, trees.
And they're requiring it?
They're requiring it.
Okay.
I can't touch it. Can't blow my leaves into it.
Oh, poor you.
Why get entertaining? You go listen to my wetlands hearings. Well, you can see that. I emailed this, or at least.
Okay, it's in here.
It's there. Okay. Yeah, so I highlighted it.
Yeah, so maybe you just gave it to me.
That's
Okay.
the riparian buffer zone. So,
Okay.
over 5,000 square feet of whatever. So, you guys assessed my property at $30 a square feet. So with that, it's a $75,000.
Sure. Okay.
And one of the big things is, you know, we built this house to stay forever.
Yeah.
And we customized as a builder a lot of stuff. But that doesn't mean that the market value goes up. That's for us, and not, other people aren't gonna want that.
Do they come in even, or I'm wondering if they even came in and looked at it, or if it's just,
They did come in.
okay, okay.
Because they had a lot of stuff wrong on the initial assessment.
Okay.
So, Karen came in and walked through.
Okay.
And that said, one of the biggest things I see on the field card that really shows out to me is their unfinished attic cost per square foot that they're assessing us at. They have it as, you know, 3/4 story, which is fine, but it's all unfinished.
Okay.
So nobody has, you have my field card, so don't have that.
I do. So you want to adjust it?
And
I
that's
actually don't know.
probably
I think
the easiest
This is
way to go.
okay, show me the attic.
So the attic, they have it as a 3/4 story. Alright. We have our unfinished 3/4 story.
Yeah.
That's at $79 a square foot, which is way higher than, so saying our attic is worth $200,000.
Okay, okay. And you're saying what, it's not finished? I got it.
Unfinished square footage, yes, but unfinished. Not permitted to be finished, like, no use for it right now, except for storage. Now, if we did come back and get a permit for it later, then,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we could charge more for it, but, you know, the average in that neighborhood for unfinished attic is significantly less.
What is it? Ballpark, so I can put something.
I believe it's close to like $25
Okay.
a foot, so we're talking $50 a square foot over 3,000 square feet, so, I just found as a builder, like,
What do we say, 50?
no, we're at
No, what is the average?
25 square foot, I believe.
Okay.
So that's a $50 a square foot reduction, over 3,000 square feet, so that and all the other stuff like that, I mean,
We said 3,000 square feet?
they have it at 3,353 square feet.
Okay.
For me as a builder, it's just worth it to put a dormer. And we have it.
Yeah.
We have it, walk up dormer attic. There's not a lot of money there, and that's a good example of like, people don't want that, so like,
Right.
it's not gonna increase the sale of the house. So, I see nothing in the neighborhood, in a well-extended area of the neighborhood that's full of more and change. So,
Got it.
I think that's, you know,
The crux of your argument. Okay, good. Done.
and I have backup for all that, like you get field cards, comps, and everything.
Give it to you when you have it.
I think I put it in with the package, but I can.
Well, hang on, let me see.
The package.
Yeah, but no, you've got a lot there that I don't have here. No, this is just, like, I mean, this is good, but you want to still the comps or whatever.
I mean, these are the backups for all that info that I gave.
Do you want to give that up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's all online, so.
Okay, yeah.
There's something I like.
I mean, they might print it out too, but I'll just have it, so that it looks more professional. Okay, good on this one? You feel happy with?
Good on that one.
Okay. Now, hang on.
We'll see.
Gonna need a bigger clip. Don't worry, I've got them. Okay. Just do the same thing. Why do you have so much more for this?
What's that?
Why do you have so much more?
Oh, this one?
Do the same thing there.
Oh, this one has the appraisal?
Okay, let me just read this on. It is 9:07 in room 1 on March 25th. This is a Appeal number 722, property address is 590 Stilton Road, owner is 590 Stilton Road LLC, town value is $1,000,300, ask amount is $700 flat. Okay. I don't need to say I'm kind of forgotten or whatever. You know that. Okay, you got the appraisal on this one.
The appraisal is from my refi. Obviously, we push to get the value as high as possible on a refi.
Yeah.
I hope to do this. Someone told me I didn't have to make the entire appraisal, so obviously I couldn't share a lot smaller, but
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what that part.
I mean, right, you know, they're gonna wanna see it all, like, the more, the more, yeah. The more you've got, the better. So where does it put you? It's 700?
It's at, yeah, it's 700. Again, so the cost and the rental approach, so we're at 700, 710 range.
Okay.
And going off the rental approach, the fact that it's a rent much higher than what our actual rent is. And I have a lease for that, which,
Okay.
so that's the direct, as an investment property, that's the direct result of that. So, our rent's $32.50, they had rent averaging much higher on their comps
Okay.
than here. They gave the range of 35 to 10,000 a month.
Okay.
Now, one of our biggest
So
objectives.
you rent out at what, 30?
$32.50.
Okay, and what was the comp roughly, ballpark?
It was 35 to 10,000.
Okay.
So it's hard to get comps on rental.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So now that's it. So we purchased the property on 11/30/23
Okay, for what?
for, I'm sorry, it was listed, the property was listed. It sat on the market for 6 months. So we have a true arm's length transaction at 522.5.
Okay. And they put you at $1 million? To
Yeah.
be fair, I mean, that's outside of the thing, but still, it's not like, I mean.
We closed on that property on 5/29/24. So, true arm's length transaction. Now, when we did purchase it, I mean, our plan is actually to tear this house down.
Yeah.
So it's really the land value, which is significantly.
Let me see what I have here.
Wetlands.
Okay. Yeah, okay, because they have this land at
yeah,
867.
That's
Okay.
the biggest portion of it, but, we have comps to match it and stuff, but yeah, so the house we just painted. That's all.
Where are they putting the, apartments around there, right? Like, let's maybe put them,
Apartments are like, 3 doors down, I believe, on the right.
okay. Actually,
They have 3 houses in order to be able to do that. So it's not like I can go put apartments.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I could put like a couple, but like
yeah,
around 8 or well, no, because it's trending right now, so I can't even do that.
I know.
So,
Okay,
that was an arm's length transaction.
that you paid this,
I
and
paid
this is,
that.
honestly, this is, I mean, technically, the revale window we're supposed to look at is 10/24 to 10/25, so you're not too crazy, it didn't, you know.
And we did improve it, but all we did was paint.
Okay,
It's like a paint and new appliances, which is like the cheapest range, the cheapest fridge. There's no dishwasher. We paint and we refinish the floors. That's all we did.
to make sure.
Inside and out though.
Let's see if they have something listed, some crazy. Okay.
You need permits.
Yeah, no, right, the last thing we're done, we're in 2001, okay. I don't know if I should have put that, but you already said it, so I had to. Okay.
So,
Good.
that said, I'll get into this, but our market analysis, you guys have a 1,300,000. We have 4,000 square foot lot, we have detached our garage. So, again, going back to price per square foot, we're at $700 a square foot for a house and lot, which is super high. Let's get next to I have a breakdown of comparable sales.
Well, how old is this property, too?
It's, yeah, I have the card.
Right there. Does it say when it was built? 98? 88?
No, I was waiting for that. It was, I gotta know the field card. There you go. Built in 1948. And the original kitchen, the original bathroom, the original heating system. Like, things were kind of maintained, but nothing was.
Right.
Like, they put a new roof on that, but you see the outside, they never touched the outside. We were the first one to paint it since 48. It was white, it had a green, like, moss going on that side of things.
Okay.
That's the biggest value increase, just painting the outside would need a world of difference at the curb appeal. But we're on Tilson Road, a busy road.
Yeah.
Comparable sales in the appraisal window, go from 400 a square foot to 550 a square foot. We're at 700 square foot, we're 25 to 40% above market. And a good portion of these houses that were sold, actually almost every one of them, is in better condition than what we have updated. There's no way we should be 700 square foot.
Okay.
And then, so we do have a larger lot. I have a breakdown also sheet. I've got a spreadsheet that shows the difference. Where is it? If you have it, here it is. All right, let's break down. So the comps that I used, I tried to get comparable areas.
Mm-hmm.
I broke down comparisons, sold them out, lot size, so I have a lot. I tried to get ones with larger lots.
Yep.
So those are all in there. So I'm comping, apples.
Like
to
crazy,
apples.
yeah, fair enough.
So, like I said, our lot, functionally, we're 23% of the lot is wetland.
Okay.
We're on a busy street. We have no finished basement. We're probably below average condition for our bathroom, kitchen, everything, the lighting, electric heating, all probably below average. And most of them are fully updated in the comparison.
Okay.
For a lot size, 25% of our lot is wetland. Excess acreage has limited contributable value under single-family zoning. This according to the Connecticut properties within the same wetland system. Pansy Road, 92 Pansy Road, 186 Pansy Road, 154 Pansy Road are all connected with wetlands, the same wetlands that we have. Their average assessed value for their land is $6.38 a square foot. My property at 590 Stilson is assessed at $21.70 per square foot for the land.
Okay, that's crazy.
So it's the same land.
Yeah.
Marty doesn't pay proportional premium for impaired or non-developed land. Comparable is 400 to 550, 5 midpoint 475. We're at 670 would be my guess. At a modest premium for the excess land, and we're at 700.
Okay.
Nor's wetlands are restrictions, penalizes the average condition of the property. Yeah, I mean, we're really set on the tough road house.
Okay.
If the board doesn't want to approve that, they could come buy it from us for $1 million.
I know, and I will say this, well, hang on, let's finish here. Okay.
I won't have to build there or anything. Yeah. Make $400,000 in profit.
What's your, you're at 14. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay.
I mean, and all I can say is, like, here's all my backup. If you want to take it, these are all the comps.
Yeah, wait, where's the appraisal? Did you give it to me?
So here's my lease, here's the appraisal, here's all my field price.
Okay.
And all that. So, I mean, in a closing note, like,
Yeah, let's hear it.
I mean, I do this for a living
Yeah.
and evaluate houses, and I'm not a I'm a real estate agent, but I don't do it as a real estate
Are
agent.
you? Is Mrs. McNo still doing that? Are they still alive?
Yeah.
I think I saw Mr. McNo, well, let me.
Does that. But I do this, I don't just appraise the property or not appraise, but evaluate the property for a customer and put it on the market and see what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, my job as a builder, like, I need to know what it's worth, I need to know what it can sell for, and I need to know, have real life evaluation, because if I get that wrong,
Yeah.
like, I'm losing money.
Right.
So,
I hear you.
I've been doing it for 26 years now, so.
Okay, we good to go off the record?
Yeah.
Okay. It is 9:42 a.m. in room 1 on March 25th. This is appeal number 355. Property address is 1903 Burr Street. Owner is Laura Casey. Town value $1,647,300. Ask amount $1,393,387. Okay. Hang on. I'm just going to swear you in, and then I'll do the whole deal. So if you just raise, I just literally said the date, you think I'd remember it. Okay, you just raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. So my name is Katie Gustin. I am one of the 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals for this reval year. We do these individual hearings, and then we'll get together as a unit right in that conference room and deliberate everything again. The reason I say that is because I just want to give you a time frame. We probably have maybe one more week, or starting into next week to do these, then we'll start deliberations. This 355, I can't tell you what night we're going to get to. If we're going to go in order, I hope that we do. But at any rate, we make our decision and we're notified the town that night. They then, I think, have 5 or so days to get to you. The reason that's important is if you don't like this decision, you can go to court, but the clock starts running from the notification time. So you want to make sure they are sending you the letter. They will, but there was like a issue with certain stuff getting out for notification, so I want to make sure people are on top of that. So once you lose your spot. But who knows, maybe we'll give you everything you ask for and you don't have to go. Okay, so now this is your chance to just let me know everything you want me to know.
Okay, thank you, Katie. My wife owns the property. She authorized me, as required, with an affidavit.
Mm-hmm.
I had a phone call discussion. There was some valuation reduction. I didn't really focus on the real issues I'm here for today. I just had a general discussion. I didn't expect the phone call with the assessment company to actually reduce things, but it actually did a little bit.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. But here's why I'm here, and it's just impossible to ignore. Burr Street's traffic is horrible. It's just a disaster. The town needs to really do some improvements they never did. So that's a valuation thing that's going to go to court someday. There's going to be people that do that. You know, I've been through a lot of tax appeals. I understand it very well.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take a rural road and turn it into a 3-lane highway with buses and ongoing traffic and people veering off the road, and the side yards are all torn up with people parking and what have you. It's just the town is ignoring it. There's no sidewalk. That's a major valuation issue that I think we should think about regardless of what I say from here forward. Because what I'm saying about here forward is I submitted something called a very organized statement of value calculation, and he submitted a written dialogue, a narrative, which walks you through a lot of issues, from a generator that's valued at the cost it was to install 20 years ago, fireplaces that are not usable. I've mentioned this before, nobody ever changes it, so I'm here again. But the fireplace is maybe a $5,000 issue, the generator is maybe a $10,000 issue, and that's after you look at how the town values our property. And the town basically uses comparable sales to some extent, but what it does with those numbers is it creates a replacement cost, a depreciation factor, and then applies that accordingly. So I basically said, look, let's make this fair. I can go around town, I can cherry pick, or I can pick 3 adjacent properties to the house, to the property in question today. So I chose 1881 Burr Street, 220 Stonewall Lane, and 1851 Burr Street. And if you look at all those things on my statement of value, it starts out with the year they were built, their address, their map ID, their land value. Land values are pretty much similar, $9 a square foot, no variation to speak of there. Improvement values, and then the valuation as of 10/1/25. One of the 3 adjacent properties was actually sold during the assessment period, so that's helpful. So you can see the date of sale. When you get to the next column, replacement costs, and the depreciation factor, and then you look at the net of that, the replacement cost times that depreciation factor, you've now got numbers that you can compare to things. So you can ignore the next column, extra features and outbuildings. That's just stuff that gets added on top of what I'm talking about. So if you take that replacement cost times that depreciation factor, and you take the living area of each of these homes that I'm comparing it to, Burr Street, 1903 Burr Street is $322 a square foot, okay? So that's just the valuation that's come up with the replacement cost times depreciation divided by the living area. Living area, everybody understands, is equal stuff. It's finished space, it's air conditioned, it's heated, it's what have you. You could do the same adjustment and look at gross area, but it makes the numbers even more skewed because porches and decks don't make things really talking about in value. So if our house is $322, why are our neighbors 3 houses, $227, $213, and $220 per square foot respectively? So I just averaged the neighbors' houses, what their number was. And if you average those, it's $220 a square foot. So ours is $322 a square foot. If you take the average $220 and multiply it by our living area, that's how you get to the valuation of $1,393,387, which is clearly a fair adjustment based on comparables. And when I say comparables, I mean these are 3 adjacent properties.
Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't get a better comparable. And even the sales, one of them is actually done with sales.
Yeah.
So if the town got a sales number for 220 Stonewall, and their replacement cost per living area square foot is 213 square foot, I clearly, should have given a guided tour to whoever was doing the valuation because somehow they missed something.
Okay.
And I appreciate it, Tom. Ask me anything.
I wish I had more. I like this. I can tell you that. I'll tell you, it's a tough board.
I know.
And so I would, let me see if any of these, I'd love sales.
Yeah, and that sale is right there next to our house. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Like a couple. I'm trying to see when these, like, the comps you gave, they sold outside of the.
so in other words, there's one house adjacent to us which sold on March 4th, 2025.
Yeah.
It's a great comparable. I can go pick other ones and include them, but they're not adjacent to our house.
I hear what you're saying.
So sales comps are one thing, but if you value my neighbor's house by a formula that starts with replacement cost, I mean, you're obviously using sales to come up with those numbers.
Right.
The problem is they didn't apply them consistently to 3 adjacent properties. They're $100 a square foot difference.
I hear you.
because multiple comps are the way people just cherry pick around town, and then they get 3 of them or 7 of them, and they talk a good game. But quite frankly, those are different neighborhoods. There's all kinds of things that skew those valuations. And so Greenfield Hill has a distinct location. I could find 20 comparables to lower it even worse than this thing.
I mean, I like the approach. I just want to give you the best shot here.
Well, then you just throw the traffic on top of it.
Yeah. I live on Burst, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I have called that school, and I never thought of myself as like a pain in the ass
You're
Karen.
not.
Well, I
You're
was
watching
like,
what you shouldn't be asked to watch.
I can't stand. Plus, I always have to.
I went to the hearing. I tried to get on the committee, the building committee. I was the only neighbor that supported Burr
See, like,
Elementary.
this is good. This sale at 1.5 in the valuation period. I know Fence Road's not exactly, well, I mean, it's
Well,
not bad.
yeah, it's on there, but
Yeah.
then, but it's like, look at it, and that's $134 a square foot.
Yeah.
I didn't use that. I threw out all the others
Yeah,
and
the
took
outliers.
the 3 adjacent. I mean, they're all supportive,
Yeah.
but that's, people like to cherry pick numbers and make the math work.
I know, but I'm saying for this board, I want to be able to say,
But if
Like,
you wanted a
overwhelmed it.
comparable sales, why wouldn't 4 houses next to each other be done fairly uniformly? One of the houses next door is renovated. They renovated the whole interior. 1881 Burr Street.
okay,
Oh God, I'm trying to think. I think it's Ollie and Kara Banks live there. The whole house got flooded. They renovated the entire home, and they're $100 a square foot less in value. It's really a mistake.
yeah. Okay,
I was on the board, I tried to get on the building committee, I asked, please, put a right-hand turn lane. Please, just put a sidewalk in the front of Burr and stop it at the 2 side streets so people can park on the side streets, let their kids off and come in. And I got
I know.
chased out of the hearing.
It's like, I also feel like it's like the idea, I get it, it kind of has to like dip off, so they do just park in the street to an extent, but I look at every other school in town and you don't get to do that. You just park on a side street and you walk, or you put your kid in the bus.
99 car parking lot for 400
Yeah.
kids.
And the parking lot doesn't work because the way their buses go, they don't let the cars even in there.
Because the neighbors made them put it in the middle of the property.
Yeah.
They didn't want to see it. It's designed by Skidmore and Owens and Merrill. It's gorgeous. It's curved glass and steel. It's the most spectacular elementary school. Again, I was the only neighbor that spoke for it at the hearing. Every other neighbor spoke in opposition. So, you've done great, Katie. I know what you're up against.
Yeah,
And listen,
I will do my best.
I don't feel bad. If I go to, I'll get a better reduction when I go to court.
Yeah. Okay. It is 10:01 a.m. on March 25th in Room 1. This is appeal number 439. Property address is 1338 Pequot Avenue. Owner is Peter O'Connor. Town value 2983385. Ask value 1.4. Okay. Now I'm just going to swear you in and we can begin. So if one of you would raise your right hand.
I will.
Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll both sign.
Okay.
I'm the agent.
Okay, so,
The owner's father.
okay. So my name is Katie Gustin. I am one of the 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals for this reval year. We are doing these individual hearings probably at least until the beginning of next week, and then we will start the deliberations in full, and we will, let's see what number you give, 439, so give it the front half, let's just say. We will notify the town the night we complete. They will notify you within a week, whatever it is. And I mention that because if you don't like the decision, you have a recourse to go to court, but the clock starts running from the time you're notified. And there was some issues with the notifications going out to even grant this. So please stay on top of that because I don't want you to miss a potential opportunity to appeal in court if you just don't get your information. Okay, but now it's your chance to let me know everything. Oh, God, you have
I have an appraisal. Okay. Retroactive to 10/1. I'm a licensed real estate appraiser here in Connecticut. just, do my little spiel. Appraisers report the value, we don't create the value. We
Mhm.
analyze the data, extract it, make market conditions,
Mhm.
and so that we can justify a number. And so, I know our appeal said 1.4, I think our
Yeah,
ask is
1.4.
1.7, after doing a deeper dive. We have two components, one, is
So what, you want to change this to 1.7?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
that okay with you?
Sure.
Well, wait, don't do it yet.
Okay, all right.
So let's go through, I think,
Well, what does the appraisal say?
1.7.
Okay, if you're not gonna get 1.4, it's no, okay. just so you know.
However, we've got two issues. One is, the wetlands.
Okay,
And Mr. O'Connor supplied a map to me that I did not get until, do you have a copy that you can use, or should I give him my copy?
No, I can leave this copy with them. We just got this thing resurveyed by Huntington.
okay,
We just got it last week.
okay.
And it shows that the actual square footage is 1,500, or 15,000 square feet,
What do they
not,
have here?
It's the field card says 37,000.
yeah, 37,897.
Oh, man.
Here's,
Okay, wait, so before the wetland, let's just do, okay.
Field card says 37,897.
And when was this done?
the field card,
The land survey?
this
Just
one,
completed.
just
Yeah,
completed
so
2
like
weeks ago.
2 weeks, so we're like, what are we in March? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was done in March.
March.
15,000, comma, 0.
Okay.
I guess due to new zoning regulations, they don't count the driveway anymore because it's a long driveway.
I don't care what they do.
It's a flag lot too,
Okay,
which is not desirable.
okay. Field card.
Another thing on the field card, doesn't have to do with land, but it has to do with square footage.
What, just out of curiosity, what did the town have, when you submitted this, what, were they like, what, or,
Well, this is from 1980s or 1990s.
yeah.
When we appealed the first time in 2011, the square footage went down to 22,000.
And they never adjusted?
It was never filed with the town clerk.
Okay.
And that's because the wetlands, the coastal things change, and he's on the water, so.
Okay,
And
I see.
and we
Not
appealed.
the good water.
We appealed, and we won the appeal.
Okay,
And then we had it done again, and it went down to 15 because they don't count the driveway.
Okay.
7,000 square feet.
and so, when you filed this with the clerk, did they give you the assurance, I mean, you literally just did it 2 days ago, but did they give you the assurance they're gonna make the adjustment, or, well, I'll make a note.
Well, Matt Becker in zoning.
Yeah.
He approved it,
Uh-huh.
put it in his system, and he called the town clerk and said it was okay to file.
Okay,
That was last week, August just happened.
But just to
Okay.
give you a visual of the property, here is Pequot Avenue.
uh-huh,
There's a structure right here, a house,
mhm,
a modern contemporary thing, so you drive by and look at their beautiful garage, get to the property. And then really the only usable area is
Got it.
right here, and then Pasco Creek is behind. And that's all wet.
I'll tell you what, Dasco Creek is causing more trouble this year. We have these people come in, they live in Westport, but they have 2 lots that are in Fairfield, and the creek like runs through, and it's inaccessible through anything else. It wasn't, they couldn't sell them and have like a builder put on.
Right.
There's just no way to get to it because there are other neighbors around. But they are paying, like, well, the town's like $1 million.
Right.
We can't develop it, it's complete wetlands, we can't access it, we could never sell it.
Yeah.
So, so like, we couldn't even get beach stickers.
It's underwater at high tide.
Yeah,
Right.
If you want the map, you
Right,
can
we're
have
gonna
that map.
give this.
yeah, okay.
But the town clerk has the Mylar thing, whatever they call it.
And it's supposed to, okay. Okay.
Sorry, just something to look
I don't know if you want this.
Yes. I want this and I want that. Okay. Moving on.
In 2011, no one told us to file the new map with the town clerk. It was filed with zoning, but no one told us to file with the town clerk.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got plenty of exhibits.
Perfect.
Of plot
I'll
maps
just take
in the
those.
appraisal that you can just keep with them. So then I did a paired sales analysis, but another thing that's wrong with the field card is the square footage that's reported.
Okay.
You guys, there's it's semi-attached but detached through an enclosed porch, the garage.
Uh-huh.
So it's an unheated, unfinished, enclosed porch area that you access the garage. You walk through the garage, and there's a stairway to get upstairs where there's finished square footage over there. But according to Fannie and Freddie lenders, who set all the appraisal guidelines, if you can't access that other finished area through your regular residence, you can't include it in the overall square footage. So there's 461 square feet that I think should be taken out of
The
the
3/4 story here
Yes.
on the field card, okay,
So I think the real square footage is 2270.
okay. So. One.
Somehow I didn't.
But, so it is finished, but it's inaccessible through the main home?
Correct.
Okay.
You just go out through an enclosed porch, unheated,
To the garage.
through the garage, which is unfinished, unheated.
Just a small bedroom above the garage.
Okay.
And my grid, which is now really sloppy because of the square footage changes, I've given you 3 comps.
Okay.
Thrown in a 4th, but I'm giving less value to.
I'm gonna make a note of this, but I don't know what we can, I'm gonna have to look up the law on that.
So our land value, the town has it at $2,537,000.
Okay.
And all my comps are like at 725 on the land value. The ones I did for a paired sales analysis.
Give me the argument one more time on the 461, that the lenders say, basically, because of the way you have to access it, it can't be included in the square footage? Okay, okay.
Because you can't access it through the main living quarters.
Okay.
And I think our address is just gotten swept up in the
Sure.
the Pequot name,
Mm-hmm.
because it is a rear property surrounded by wetlands. We don't have any street frontage, no water views, except if you want to look out the back, which I can show you. When you look out over Pine Creek or whatever, you get to have lovely views of I-95 and the railroad tracks. So here's our view off the back patio.
What a dump.
So it's called external incurable obsolescence.
I know, it's so sad, because everyone comes in and like, you're arguing almost against your self-interest, because like, oh, my house is the worst, and you love your home, but I understand.
Yeah.
Like, what's fair is fair. Okay.
Right. I mean, you had fair sales analysis, if you had 2.8 million, what's our assessment? 2.8?
Yeah.
Well, I would-
2.9.
2.9, almost
Yeah.
3.
The land is
You know
2.5.
what, then I'd buy comp 4, which was located at 989 Pequot Avenue,
Yeah.
it sold for 2.7. It doesn't have any highway, it's located on the other side of the street, the condition is much higher, the square footage is much higher, blah, blah, blah. But you know what, when I did all my appraisal adjustments, that one's netted down to 1.7,
Okay,
which is why our ask is 1.7.
okay, okay.
And then I tried to use other sales that also had highway influence, but nobody has it like we do.
Okay.
That was hard to find. I went back even 5 years, I was prepared to take time adjustments, but, I mean, not everybody has 95 and the water.
Okay.
And so I did put in comp 4, but then I as an appraisal term, I really whacked it for condition, location, quality of construction, and everything. Our house
Okay.
is built in, it's 106 years old.
1918.
Yeah. And it's got a lot of deferred maintenance. It doesn't have a ton of moldings or trim work, high-end finishes, nothing that a $2.89 million house would warrant.
Okay.
And I have pictures to show that. You know, old windows, old doors. There's no crown molding. It's just minimal finishes. You know, we've got an old Corian top. You know, we don't have the marble and the old school tile. Here's the enclosed porch. It shows unheated. The kitchen is brown and dated. I'm showing no trim, no finishes. You know, we've got a fiberglass surround fire shower, not like a huge
Got it.
glass shower door with marble. You know, it's attic access, you have to get a ladder out, I'm gonna pull down attic.
My son's a 47-year-old bachelor.
It's fine. But I know, but right, but 2.8 probably doesn't make sense, yeah.
Right, I mean, look at that old school tile top with the thing sitting in the cantilever door. And then to make your guys' job easier, I put in an unfinished basement. I put in, for the mom, their MLS photos, so you could.
Okay.
So you won't have to go back and pull them up, they're right in the report. So here's, this one I thought was good comp because it does here, but it doesn't have the visual.
Mhm.
This was a recent sale, some more modern pictures. I actually appraised this for a refinance, I've seen it firsthand. It also has finished square footage above the detached garage, but it's not heated, so I gave it a upward adjustment.
Okay.
And I did pull out the square footage and put it on the grid. So here's another one that was limited pictures on them, but again, you know, busy, but it's more in the village, so I gave a discount. This one, it was across the street from Comp 1, more of a dated sale, it was in 24, so I gave it an upward time adjustment to make sure that I was talking apples to apples.
Mhm.
And then here's Comp 4, which I threw in that sold for 2.750, which, if you look,
Right,
which
right, yeah, I know.
Carriage sales, right.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let me have that appraisal
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, our comps, you know, their land values are in 7, not like ours. And I think that's what it comes from the land.
If the land value went up
Yeah.
178%.
I mean, even the adjustment, I'm gonna do the math when you leave, even the adjustment should bring things down.
Oh, yeah, but still.
Yeah, no doubt.
I know, so the house has been, the assessment was 880,000 for the last 10 years.
Yeah,
It went from 880 to 1. For 10 years, it was $900,000.
yeah, and even the dwelling went up 120,000.
It was, show me again, 8.
It was the current assessment is 880, 320. It's been 900,000 for 10 years.
You don't wanna say that.
No.
You don't, like the last reval, we were at 880, now we're at 2 something.
Go to,
Yeah,
I mean, it has to be a little bit, but I don't
But not,
right.
know.
but I think the field card is part of the problem.
Okay, are we good?
Yeah, I'm just getting my paperwork on this for you.
Okay. It is 10:23 on March 25th in room 1. This is appeal number 419, property address 48 Mona Terrace, owner Robert Anderson, trustee, town value $779,200, ask amount $670. Okay. I'm just going to ask one of you to raise your right hand while I administer the oath. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, can you sign here? Have you been in with me before this?
Yeah.
Yes. But you had a hat on?
Yeah.
Okay. You look,
He's a busy
you look
man.
very, very,
I like my, I ran out of the house so fast, I forgot my hat.
Okay. Is your son with you or no?
No.
No, okay, all right, it was a busy night. Okay, so for your purposes, my name is Katie Guston. I am one of 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals. You're doing these hearings, I think maybe until a little bit of next week, and then we will begin the deliberations. Your appeal number 419, so hopefully you're at the early end of decision hearings. We will notify the town immediately once we've made the decision, and then they will notify you roughly within a week. Keep on them because the clock starts running. If you choose to go to court, you have 30 days to file from the time you're notified. But not to, when you receive it, when it's, submitted. So keep on them.
I'm sure you're busy lady.
Okay, good. We've got an appraisal. And you are okay. Okay, now that's your chance. Oh, this is pretty straightforward, but at any rate, let me know everything you want me to know right now.
The main contention here is that the land value we think it's very high. So I have 3 sales. They're all about a block away. They're all very close in size to the subject. And one sold for $637,000 back in September.
Mm-hmm.
And the land value alone, the appraised land value for that property is $773,700, not including the house. That's the way the town's got it. Sale 2 sold for $705, and the town has the land value at $762,200, which is about $55,000 more than what the house sold for. And sale 3 sold for $705 also, and that was in December of 2024, a little bit older sale. And that has the land value at $750,000, and $45,000 more than what the property actually sold for. So my contention is, as of October 1st, 2025, it's as though everything on that time period is it's valued higher than what those properties actually sold for.
Okay.
All right. In addition, Bob's house does need some work. There are some issues with the plumbing, older plumbing.
You should have pictures,
Yeah,
There
they'll
are
be
some
here.
pictures in there, okay? And he is adjoining the park, the playground,
Mm-hmm.
right, Bob? You got those pictures?
I just took a picture.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get it up here.
So during the weekends and so on and so forth, when it's a nice day, there's always some kids running around in the back there.
Oh, I know. All my kids play soccer right there.
Yeah, see?
You know what you're crying about? They give you something to look at.
Yeah, you go there cheering them on.
Yeah. 16 million cars with me.
So I feel, I have to get adjustments and so on.
This is a picture, right behind the property. There's a playground there for the thing, and the kids are screaming out there all day. So that doesn't.
You want to know? I don't even know if they do this anymore, but when I was maybe 12, I had a sister who was 16 or 17. She had a boyfriend who, we were teenagers, he was in like a league of very expensive radio-controlled cars. And right there, they might still have it, a track.
Yeah.
And so a bunch of 16, and like there were like officials and the whole thing. We would go and watch these little cars
Go running around.
screaming. So I can imagine how annoying that is.
All those kids hurt their old day.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
Oh, but it gives you life. But no, I know.
So that being
kids
said.
are kids, right?
Yeah.
That being said, I feel, after all the adjustments that, $670 is really a fair price for that property.
Okay.
And again, those comps are right in the area.
Oh, very good. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You can take a look at the report. I got some pictures in there.
Yeah.
And,
I saw you left the dishes by the sink.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at this kitchen with all these dishes here. No, but some people come in and they she told me, she intentionally made sure all the beds were unmade. I mean, it gives this is perfect, but it also gives an impression. We're like, oh yeah, that's really great.
Don't have the money to reduce it.
You can see the kitchen, those are over the cabinet.
Yeah.
Only a little 900 square foot cape.
Yeah, it's not much of a house. But again, it's the land value.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
The land value is the biggest impact there.
This is a cute house,
Yes.
the third comparable.
Now, I did drive by all those houses, and
Yeah.
they were not torn down. Those are not tear downs.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Even though the
It's
value
cute.
says they should be torn down.
Okay, good, okay, good.
All right?
All right, easy enough?
Yep.
See what we can do.
Okay.
I appreciate anything.
I will work my hardest.
Okay.
I mean, I grew up in Fairfield, I'd like to stay here.
I know, I got that, let me get this, I just, what. It is 10:34 on March 25th in room 1. This is appeal 981, property address 63 Sherman Street West. Owner Seth and Amy Stein, town value 1307100, ask amount 1 million even. Okay. So we've got this, we've got this. Okay, so my name is Katie Guston. I'm one of the 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals. We're doing these individual hearings. Maybe one more week, we'll do deliberations, and then we'll start notifying the town, and the town will then notify the taxpayer. You're late it's going to be a while before we get to 981, but I only mention that because if they don't like the result, they have a recourse to go to court, but they have a 30-day window to file, so I want them aware because there was an issue with notifications being mailed, so I want them clocking.
I think that's what part of the reason was he filed late to begin with.
Yeah.
But he also didn't get.
There was an issue, yeah.
Yeah.
So you just want to make sure, hey, I should have heard by now, at some point, just keep calling. Okay, so tell me everything you want me to know.
Okay, so I'm not sure, are you from town at all?
Yeah,
Okay, so.
we all have to be. We're all, so what we are is the taxpayers that we're
That's what I
elected.
thought. I just want to make sure that some people still know certain areas.
I dropped off a whole bunch for you. Okay.
Do you have 320 Morehouse left in
Left in the box, hang on. I don't have them on my list, and I don't know. The last one I have is 30.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
So these, no worries. So these are the condos that are over by where Rite Aid used to be, where, well, it's where the parking lot was Rite Aid.
Yeah,
It's on Sherman Street.
yeah.
So-
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So the-
I have a funny story about that, but okay.
Okay, so these are the newer ones. So there's a couple different things. There has not been a sale in these units since 2023. I think my client's was the last one that sold in 2023. And I believe his unit sold for, if I'm not mistaken, $960,000. The year before, another unit sold for the same $960,000. So I think at a minimum, all the units within here are now being assessed at a minimum 122 to my clients, which is 13 and change, which is a $400,000 increase over 2 years, or almost a 36% increase over that time frame. Nothing has been done to these units other than that. So the problem I have is there's other units within there. There's 51 and there's 55 Sherman Street in that same complex. They're all the same size. They're all the same units. Those are falling in pricing, their appraisal from the town at $1.2 million. He's $100,000 more than those. So at a minimum, I'm not looking for this thing to go down to 960. I'm not trying to be unrealistic. I understand the market has gone up. I just don't think it justifies a 1.3 number on this.
I'm sorry, you're saying the other units in there are the town has appraised at 1.2?
Yes.
Okay, and they're all roughly identical because they were all built the same?
They're all
Okay,
the same.
I'll take it.
And then this is the other one also, that's also lower. Like I said, I'm not trying to be, and I don't think my client's being unrealistic. He just wants us to be in the ballpark that's within the range. All these units are the same, so how they have differentials, I don't know necessarily.
And the reason he's asking for one is because, let's say 2 years before a year and change before the reval began, he paid, what, $960? Okay, I'm just trying to justify to them why,
Correct.
if these are selling it, oh, no, not selling, these are appraised.
Correct.
So we don't even know. Okay,
And I think they have the square footage on these units at approximately just under $600 a square foot, which is extremely high. Around the corner, again, this is if you know the area, on Sherman Court, there's the other condos that, to be honest, I think it's almost better because they're on a private kind of cul-de-sac where these are.
Mhm.
This one is right on the street, which if you don't know about this too, the town just approved another
Mhm.
complex right across the street. Right across the street was the building that the side of the building fell off. That's been under construction for the last 2 years. So it's been constant construction that they're he's right on the corner, so this is right front and center. All those things should have an effect on the overall value of this property. If you put it on the market, he's not getting top dollar with all that construction. So, I mean, those are just things I want you to realize. So around the corner, there's the other complex, and in that complex, albeit, I think these are, excuse me, a little smaller, same 2 stories, you know, same size units over there, a little smaller. They're at $495 a square foot.
Okay, well, and what, is
So
it, they have a
that's
name?
150 Sherman Court.
Okay.
Let's see. Sherman Street West, no, that's theirs,
Yeah.
that's ours.
And so wait, what's their dollar per square foot?
490.
$490 per square foot, and where are we?
We're at 595, about just under 600.
And the Sherman Court, roughly what, built around the same time, same style?
Same kind of style.
Okay.
Roughly, let's say, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want to try and tell you something different. Doesn't even have here. It looks like they're 2008, that was the first thing in here. And let's see on my clients.
About 2005. Okay, so,
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
according to, I mean, trustee, so, let's see, is it, no, 2000, I apologize. And it looks like it goes back to 1993, so those were,
Okay.
they're older. Yeah, so I apologize.
That's okay, but so, all right.
Yeah, I'm looking at the deeds on here, and I see 93, so it has to be
Okay.
at least 93. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I have to say.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Do you want these, do you want copies
Yes,
of
I
those?
definitely want that, to have something, let me do. Yeah. It is 10:51 in room 1 on March 25th. This is Appeal 691. Property address is 510 Surrey Lane. Owner is Kelly and Kevin Finn. Town value 1,239,200. Ask amount 1,175. Okay, so, just gonna swear you in. Let me start. If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay. So my name is Katie Guston. I am one of the 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals for this reval period. We do these hearings, I think we're going maybe even until next week a little bit, and then we will get, the unit meet in the conference room, which is public, you can come. You can't talk to us, but you can come. And we will deliberate, we will notify the town immediately once we finish each decision. They will know, they then have, I think, a week to let you know, and I say that because there's a clock that runs. If you don't get what you want to go to court, you have 30 days to file from the time you're notified. It does not mean the time you get the notice, and there was an issue with notices going out for this, so I want to make sure you're watching the mail and calling them if you don't hear anything. Okay, but now, so it's your time to give me everything you want me to have for your, for this.
I tried to make it organized, full disclosure, I'm a real estate agent in
Okay,
town.
okay.
I did list, one of these houses is the property that I did have for sale, which is across the street from me, so it is.
Okay.
I know the comp and that one.
Okay.
So, first I'll just go over the comp on the one on my street, so that ended up selling for $1,290,000.
Okay.
They had put in $125,000 in upgrades to get it to that price. Now I live directly across the street. My property is, it's a sloping property, whatever, but it's, I have not done any updates to it since, I moved in 2003, so
Okay.
I've done prior. So no, updates to the house, which would bring it to the price, like the number that, which the original one, I've already got it reduced from the first reval.
Okay.
So,
You mean you look at informal thing that they did?
yeah.
How much, what did they do?
It was a phone.
Phone call, what did they bring you down?
No, it was a phone conversation, and I guess I must have sent them on my.
You know, like emails, but then how much Did they give a reduction?
Yes.
What did they
did.
give, how much?
It was about 98,000, which was, yes.
They're the highest I've heard, everyone else is like, ugh, nothing.
No, actually, I've heard a lot,
Oh, really?
my
Maybe they
office,
didn't come, maybe
yeah.
that's why. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, exactly. And no, and then I thought, I'm like, wow, I'm like, that was good, and I'm like,
Right, what's the
But what-
justification? Because if you're agreeing the numbers are off, why aren't you coming to the numbers I'm providing?
yeah.
That's my
And so
question.
the phone conversation was a totally, you know, it was much different, you know. It was hard to go over what I had. But that's what I thought, it's like, all right, they threw me something.
Yeah, right?
And not that it was so far off, but I'm looking at not only a real estate agent, but homeowner.
Sure.
And I know my street, and I know everyone has done something, but
Right.
it's not about that, it's, so the comps to here, and I did just to make it, I know the numbers will be off, because when you look at this one on Joan Drive, per se,
Yeah.
and this is a house I almost bought 24 years ago.
Mhm.
But it's very similar in price, size, condition, not condition.
Right, right.
So, but on the, here, like, of course I didn't give you the one that I highlighted. So wait.
Well, they did 325 in upgrades, and they sold it for 1.5, okay.
Well, yeah, so here's, I mean, they even said in here, they did under 325,000, I mean, so it's not made up numbers.
Right.
So why, I mean, they did everything soup to nuts, so it was a, you know, beautiful house, and they did it, so again, as a realtor, I know what I need to do if I want.
Sure.
But I'm not there. So, but here's all, and then these ones on Trillium and Mount Laurel are down, it's like two of them, they probably have less land, but if you look, their assessment here, all right, so their current assessment through the town, 1.2, which is where, pretty much what I'm looking at is
Sure.
where I should be. They did a complete, I mean, when you read through the comps in here, complete renovation, a 5-bedroom, yeah, it's a little less, but, you know, it's,
Yeah.
you go like this, this, like, each one, you know, it's slightly larger this for that, but here's what they're assessed at. I mean, their assessment
Yeah.
and their current, I guess we're going to go, when you say comps, we'll go by the sales price. So I'm just saying, I mean, I put my house on the market right now, well, not right now, but back.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at probably the 1.2 mark, like right there.
Okay.
And but if you see, I guess this is here, these are just the comps all within the last 6 months, or the summer on. So all close to this time frame. And so then I just took my street.
Okay.
My street is next, we're all in 1 acre, so, and I'm not gonna break it up because I did this before, but it's, you know, we're all 1 acre, so averaging about 900 per acre.
Okay.
But mixed with Colonials, Ranches, Capes, you know, so I took the Colonials, similar, I was trying to do is make it easier again, is, which, you know, 2,400, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath Colonials, and some, you know, they're, like my neighbors say, this is probably one of the better comps. And I'm like, all right, they're, originally when I was much higher, then I was like, well, but their pool in there is, the value was like 55,000. So again, it comes down to the $1,210,000.
Yeah.
So they're all about, like, where I'm saying, like, it's, except for, let's see. Oh yeah, even, all right, so this one too, this one is just slightly, this one is exact, like, flat property, just, I mean, but 2 over for me. These are all within, like, 5, like, in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
that street.
Yeah.
So they're very, so you know, but where the town has it, so none of these have sold, so these are just basically where the town has them all. It's the same, like, where I still think it should be.
Okay.
And the only one, let's see, all right, I don't have it on, this is the one, okay. Again,
Why is he so far off? Oh, no, it's not. not that
But
far.
it's, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, some of these are kind of weird, but you know what, when you really do break it down, you look at the land of this, all the land came out the same, at 900, 875, 910,
Mhm.
you know, so it's when you look at the neighborhoods, they've devalued the buildings
Yeah,
a lot. And you know what, there's no new construction or anything on the street.
Street.
There's maybe one that, you know, there's a couple that I know that have done, like, you know, gutted the inside, but most of them have all, like, which I'm like, wow, my whole street is down. No, it's like just building.
Yeah,
value.
yeah.
The land went up, so I guess we had a.
I wonder though if that isn't not necessarily like a typo, but just, for instance, when we make decisions on this board, if we don't break down how we want, if we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna take $100,000 off, and we don't specifically tell the assessor, we want it, you know, 50,000 off land, 50,000 off house,
Yeah.
they take all of it off land. Hang on, I have to cough. I'm wondering if when they did these revals, because we are seeing people with land values out of control, and their houses are like $82,000. And I'm wondering if they didn't say, okay, this whole thing is worth this, and they didn't do a breakdown, and then everything just got dumped into land.
It's all, every
I
single
can't.
property on the street went up 58%. 58%. So regardless, so it was
Right,
like, I'm
right.
all right, all fairness there. And then it was the building values that were like arbitrarily, in the one across the street from me, I told you it's 545 starting, which, yeah, so that's the one, that's the sales comp. But that's the one they did put in all their money to get that price. So I was like, $1 million sold in October, $1,290,000. But they didn't fast, because, like, they did everything
Yeah.
to get it to that price.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been, but it's all, and again, that's all on the field cards.
Right.
So when you look at all the field cards, all the properties, no one's done a lot of work on the street, you know.
Yeah, understood.
So all the land seems to be, and I'm like, all right, everyone's fairness, and it's up or down for the, you know, everyone's properties is slightly different. I can't
Right.
put dollar to dollar, but I feel like with the sales comps in the neighborhood, with what they have, like for all the comps, where they're all landing, and anyone who's putting their house on the market has done work.
Okay, that's fair.
They've gotten top dollar, you know, so.
Okay.
Whereas, like, again, I tell people my house isn't even saleable right now because of, like, I need a new roof and all that stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if this makes sense to you, but
It does.
I was trying to make it, like it took a lot longer than I thought, as I thought it was trying to, like, make it more condensed, like, okay, here's the sales comps, and then here's the street. So, like, here's, like, how the differential is.
Okay.
Because these differentials here, like, Trillium, and this is, like, a little bit of a different neighborhood versus, like, Surrey Lane, that's where all that.
Okay, understood.
But again, it was an arbitrary number they threw on mine at the beginning, $1 million, and I was like, I just didn't understand, like, how did they come up with my building value? I said, if the land is the land, you can't.
Right.
And I know you didn't want it separated. I did have a whole other chart that I threw, that I gave to other people to mark, like, to break down, but I was like, you know what, it said not to bring it out too much for you, so, I mean, I know you've listened to it all.
No, yeah. Yeah, I'm just fascinated by the land value.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you look, I mean, I was like, oh, you want to
So these are the ones on the street.
try to condense it, I don't, like, whatever, but it's, and I think what you said, I saw you say 1175, that was just, I gave a range of 11 to 212, which I do feel it's at 12.
Okay,
But I
okay.
didn't want to be like, it's here and there, and it's only like, I'm not asking for hundreds of thousands of dollars off, I just feel like the market value is like 12.
Okay.
And maybe less if I on the market right now, it wouldn't sell less. I do know what I need to do to get a good number.
And then what is this? Okay. Got it, okay.
And I wish I did for his project, piece, it was, an insurance and everything.
So this is good.
Okay.
I am going to take this, let me see, which package can I take? I definitely need this one, and I definitely need this. I don't, they're not, it was not in the original, there's some fuel cards in here,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I definitely want this, the sales comm.
But, yeah, and to
Yeah.
support, like, what, the Joan Drive, I mean, it's
Yeah,
sitting
yeah.
on the listing, where a lot of people aren't gonna be able to get that unless they're a realtor.
Sure,
So,
sure.
I mean, I feel like one little. But
So I can have all of this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great,
Yeah,
okay, great.
copy, so it's-
Okay, good, good. All right, let me put it all together. All right, so, like I said, I'll do my best, it's a tough board, won't deny that, but I feel